playing T side of Cash, we had very bizarre conversations. Do you remember?
Yes, I do.
I don't think we
you
should go
talked
there
about the
again
Teletubbies and drug habits.
Yeah.
And jail time.
But this time Freiburg's are going towards B. Last time he was going towards A main.
All right, well, I'm going to go for this this B push. It looks like
Freiburg lining himself up there. Made sure he was covered from checkers by that wall. Counter flashes coming in from the CTs, which will slow NiP down. Getting the frag though. Nice slow taps there from Forest to take down Scream. Get right, taking down Biggie. So an early two-man advantage exists. Only 6 HP though, and you can see him fall there to Epsilon. Just one shot was all that was required. Bomb is not down yet. Going to be planted for the checkers area in the back corner of the site. Meanwhile, for FXO gets a second frag, this time on Freiburg. And they're going to rotate round to the vents. Get right is getting a late positioning towards the T area. CT's going to have to shoot the vent open, which will be a bit of a clue. Last man standing is going to be FXO, and he isn't going to last very long. So, good start here from Ninjas in Pyjamas. See if it continues.
Okay, so the pistol armor coming into play, at least for Uzi. And there it is. They're all getting that pistol armor going. The deal for FXO.
Ooh, look how blue Freiburg's Karambit is.
So this is still scary because CZs have become good again. And of course the Deagle in play for FXO. You've got to be really careful about these rounds.
CZ, CZ, CZ.
And
CZ, CZ.
of course
CZ, CZ, CZ.
NiP have
CZ.
to take it slowly. But they have to play together as well. You don't want to get a player who has a rifle isolated. Michael Ailey's only got a pistol, so it's very likely they could put him as the front man. As if he is to die, obviously, no gun to be picked up. And just playing the Rangers there in B storage, just keeping them on their toes. And there it is, Freiburg dropping through the vents. In the push there, catching GMX in the side as well. So B is now taken. This is excellently done by NiP, just circumventing the players of Epsilon, their positions very effectively to place himself on that B-bomb site. And you can see Epsilon are going to be trying to save these, save the pistol armor.
Absolutely.
For next round.
So I think we had about 77,000 people on the stream. If you guys can make it over to over 80,000, maybe we'll do a Twitter giveaway today. I think that's fair.
You'll just give away a Bison, won't you?
No, no, it'll be a nice giveaway. Bisons
Really?
are only for the coin flip giveaways on stream, but I won't corrupt the Twitter giveaways.
I don't believe you.
So it is at Faceit on Twitter. If you want to keep an eye on those. Have given away a hell of a lot recently, thanks to CSGO Lounge.
All right, Epsilon keeping a couple, well, a few of those pistols alive. Let's see if they can have a better run of it this time. NiP so far building that bank, getting themselves those first few rounds. Much easier start for them than it was on the first map. Epsilon now though, with 4 men towards A. So here is the play for them. NiP also with a few players towards A. Forest going to go in very quickly on the angle. Going to get spotted. Instantly takes down FXO though. And he had the Deagle in his hand as well. Forest with another frag also. It's good work. Good work indeed by Forest. And now NiP are falling back, in fact, towards B. Perhaps expecting a rotation towards A and trying to play against that rotation to find themselves a very weak defense, if any defense at all, on that B-bomb site. McLeod did go down, but again, that's all right. Sells a lot of cash.
Yeah, I don't think he had a primary weapon, so nothing to pick up there for Epsilon. USP, Deagle, and a CZ as they go for this. Quite interested to see if Uzi will actually go for the push here as well. He does have his armor, which would save him $1,000 in the buy round, which is coming up for the CT side. Looks like he's going to be playing for exit frags at the moment as GMX is in no man's land. Yeah, indeed. I think they're setting up for the exits here. Uzi is going to fall. So just Scream and GMX left. Wonder if Forrest has heard GMX there. Going to be hiding behind the box as the terrors come his way. Could get a one dig there to any part of the body. Isn't going to find him in time. He wanted to go for the kind of headshot rather than expose his whole body. But never mind, we are into the buy round now for the CT side. Again, this is going to be a massively important round for them. You can see once their buy has been done, there's next to no money in the bank. They don't want to get broken straight away because that is a slippery slope, especially on a map like Cash. So GMX rocking the AWP. as expected. Going to be going towards the B site. But let's see who's going to get the pick first. Makalele has the advantage here as he has passed the line that GMX is holding already. In fact, 2 of them have. So he could find himself in trouble here as the bait comes in from one of his teammates. That is wonderful. That was like ballet by Ninjas in Pyjamas. And they get an early one-man advantage. That's a big AWP down. And they start to speed up here as the rotation comes in from the CTs.
And Freiburg in, first man again. As CTs go for the rotation. Through the smoke into headshot. Freiburg to catch him, but no, Biggie gets the frag. Does get taken down though. And Epsilon not with the fast rotation because of Forest just causing havoc over by the A site, delaying that rotation, splitting up the retake attempt for Epsilon, staggering it somewhat, as we do see the stragglers coming in now. Makalele holding that vent very effectively, exists at the back as well. Things not looking so good here for Epsilon. In fact, I think they are feeling exactly the same way about it as they are backing away. But Exist, going to get boosted up, and oh, Effexio was not necessarily expecting that. Very smart play indeed. Scream now to try to keep himself alive with the AK. And does just get spotted, so they might just go and hunt him down now.
Yeah, he should survive unless something goes horribly wrong here. So, things are looking difficult for Epsilon now. Ninjas in Pyjamas already have 4 rounds on the board here on the less favoured T side. But again, it remains to be seen what they're going to do when they're on the CT side. And they have the double AWPs now. Forest going to be joining Makalele for the fun. Forest has been sharp and on point, as well as Makalele so far with these AWPs today. Makalele going to be holding down the B site. Forest holding down the A site as we do find the CTs on an eco here. So, going to be trying to stop any pushes as they allow the rest of their teammates the freedom to find these French players. Got some probing here in A main. I'm not sure if Uzi just got spotted there by one of the NiP players, but let's have a look at where Forrest is. He's holding an angle on A main, just having a quick look to his right as well. So Uzi may be unknown for the time being, but the presence is all over the mid area here for the T's. The bomb's still in a passive place. Forrest's going to pick it up, move toward mid, join his teammates.
That smoke towards truck there is pretty nice. Going to get a couple players up short into the A bomb site. There is a player in A main here though for Epsilon. That might be their salvation if Uzi is able to keep a good position here. Because when that bomb goes down, the T's are going to want to take A main quickly. And you can see that they've already expanded into A main to clear it. But the bomb not yet planted in fact. So is he going to swing around through Squeaky? Very unexpected in fact. We do have Forrest I think looking at that angle. So indeed, he is going to get taken down promptly, I believe. Is he coming in now?
You can see he saw the play there. Could have gone for a shot. Ooh, that's
Splat.
Never what you want. Someone just running headshots you with a Tech 9 in the face. When you are on the receiving end of a running headshot, it is so demoralizing.
It's just annoying. But that's what the Tech 9 does. That's like also what the CZ was so ridiculous at when it was. So there's actually I don't think they ever changed the running spread. So the CZ is still very much like that as well, I guess. Ooh. So,
is he going to go for it? Is he going to go for it? Oh, he tried! Oh, the greed!
That's hilarious.
Oh, that was funny.
I wonder if Freiburg actually pre-fired it as well, just in it, because you might as well at that spot. You might as well just start spraying.
Absolutely.
At the right moment.
Oh man, it's like Desperate Dan saw the cow pie, and his stomach was rumbling.
Oh my god!
And then he just got his head ripped off.
James. Most people watching grew up in the 90s. Come on, they don't know Desperate Dan.
They'll have to Google it with their Google device. Effexio now on the better side of that AWP duel. Things starting to go a bit better for Epsilon here. Double AWP for them as well. Scream with the AWP. You were just saying you never see Scream AWP, and here he is. Never mind GMX. Scream with the AWP. Now this is really interesting because you could argue, AWP aside, has the strongest aim by far in this Epsilon side, and he's stuck with a rifle right now, so it's going to be interesting as to how that continues. But good push there by Epsilon with the team flash. 3 people on the A-bomb site at the moment. Ninjas in Pyjamas looking a bit lost as there's only 3 of them remaining. No frags. I mean, almost full health across the board here for the CTs. Effexio with a nice snap there onto Freiburg, ripping his face off with that AWP. Going to start rotating to different areas, but don't want to go too far because bomb is going towards A.
That was hilarious.
That's indeed something weird. Get Right could actually plant the bomb here.
Yeah, 20 seconds left to do it. Does get the first kill onto Izzy.
Now he could win.
Absolutely. Just gonna go for the straight up plant here. Needs to get a quick one-on-one. That's the goal. And he just waits. Patience is one of Get Right's strongest skill sets.
Looking for that second orb.
Patient play, but not going to help him this time. So Epsilon in with a round finally.
Yeah, but NiP have got bags of money. Bags of money. They're just flicking dollars like Sir Scoots right now. So they're going to be good for a while, which means that they can keep the pressure up on NiP for a considerable amount of time. Again, Makalele going straight for that AWP. They're not going to go for double AWPs. Again, they're going to just manage their money. They can buy for a fair few rounds yet if they continue this losing streak, which has just begun, as Epsilon find themselves with the first round in this half. Double AWPs again, as you can see, both saved from the previous round. GMX a bit messy there with the aim on that AWP. Fexio in mid again. He's holding a very tight angle now, GMX, so maybe he's not feeling very on at the moment. He's having an off day. Fexio having a very on day.
So looking to get this push into B right now, our NiP. They really want to use enough time that Epsilon go for a peek, but instead the nades come in, the counter grenades coming in from Epsilon as well. The fire is down, it staggers the push. The trades do come in, but it is a deficit here for NiP. Biggie gets flashed in. The bomb is down in front of the door there. That's going to be horrible for NiP to recover. Smoke goes down in an effort to try to do so, but Biggie in. Oh, gets no scoped. Great stuff there from Makalele. Get right in with a headshot onto Uzi. That's going to leave FXio alone. 1-on-2 with the AWP in his hands. That bomb still needs to go down though. And there it is. That bomb plant means that he's going to get a 1-on-1. But there it is, the jump shot.
No.
I don't think that was a jump shot. I think he jumped up onto the crate. Or was it? Did he? Can you actually?
I don't know.
Let's go to the B site real quick. Let's zoom over to the B site. Let's go.
Oh god, Dam's got the controls.
Here we go. Up to the B bomb site. It was from here, right? No, surely not. Or was he on this crate? I think he jumped onto that crate. Yeah. So either way, excellent play from Makalele, especially with a no-scope onto Biggie on the entry there. But NiP 6-1 now. Epsilon struggling a little bit as NiP are hitting their form.
Straight back onto the eco here for Epsilon. This is looking somewhat disastrous for the CT side right now. Let's have a look at the kills. Who is doing what? Now it's Makalele who is leading the charge here, this time for the Swedes as opposed to the French. With that AWP. He is gun-butting the French right now. 6-1. This is huge on the T side here for Ninjas and Pyjamas. So your skins may be saved yet, people.
The event room taker, Checkers, is under the control of the Swedes as Freiburg butchers Scream with the AK-47. In they go, only losing Makalele so far. Going to try to keep it that way as well, as French players march in one by one.
Freiburg has to be careful, and Forrest. He's only got 9 HP. Biggie could do some damage here. You can see them. They're probably going to hold angles, though, while let the rest of their team do the donkey work here to take out the last man. The last man is going to be Biggie, as you can see here. Just holding an angle. Once he hears them try to exit the site, he may go for a peek here. Only with a USPS, but that is all that's needed versus Forrest and Freiburg. See, they're expecting someone in the higher site. Looks away from the flash. They have rotated out of the site now. Is he going to get the peek? No! Only exists left, and he's going to run at them with a knife. And that's not going to have the range to kill him from there, so... Could we see... Oh, they're going to go for the force, in fact. GMX could drop an AWP for FXio, and that is exactly what he will do. So again, the light at the end of the tunnel is getting dimmer and dimmer here for Epsilon in this second map. Got these smokes coming in. Uzi looking away for potential flashes. He is in a position to stop any boosts in mid. And will we see a boost? Indeed we will. Let's see how Uzi will deal with this if he heard the boost come in. He's not aiming for the boost at the moment. He's looking for the mid push, so not sure if he heard him on that occasion. Jumps don't always give a sound cue. Seems to be random sometimes.
Alright, here we go. Trying to make their way in, but these... Oh, the double! FXio putting a stop to that shenanigan through the A main area. And another shot to be hit as well. And this is where the man truly shines with the 4th frag as well. Great stuff from FXio to really incite fear into NiP if ever they are to tackle him on the A bomb site in the future. And 2-7 scoreline now we're looking at, NiP in favour. But with a round like that, perhaps FXio just breathed life into his teammates.
Yeah, it was a bit of a mess there on A main. I think there was a bit of a team flash going on there by NiP. Then the counter flash is coming in. Then double ops just wasn't their round. But that's only one more round on the board for Epsilon. In one round, they doubled their score. They've got 2 rounds to NiP's 7. Again, NiP on the less favoured side here. So by no means is this a good start by Epsilon. They need to win all the remaining rounds, really and truly. And they're already at a one-man disadvantage as Uzi's gone down. The A bomb site's been completely abandoned. You can see Freiberg's in a position to take it a bit later on. Forest getting a second frag on Biggie now. So again, there's a small sparks of brilliance here on the second map from Epsilon, and then it all goes pear-shaped. Fexio coming in to save the day. He's got a smoke in his hand though. It doesn't go down. And still a one-man disadvantage as FXio falls. Star player for Epsilon in this match so far. GMX versus 2. This is still doable. I don't know if they realize where he is at the moment. We do have the push going towards the A site, and that will be a clue that there's someone to find there. But Forest won't see GMX before retreating. Let's have a look at where Forest is aiming at the moment. Indeed, they have no idea where GMX is. You can see Forest looking at A main right now. So GMX does have a kiss as well. This is entirely doable. No nades there. Won't be any fancy smoke diffusers here. Taking his time as he gets onto the site, but he is going to probably have to find 2 frags here, so he can't take too long.
The plant is good for A main here, so by seeing the plant, he knows where the players are. I think he's fairly convinced here. Someone can always be behind the quad, but I think he's convinced. Going to spot the one at Squeaky, spots the next one as well. Perfect plant, perfect after plant positions, and NiP take yet another round to make it 8-2, as we have ourselves quite a stomping. Another terrible economic situation for Epsilon to bounce back from. They just
Ninjas in
can't get it going.
Pyjamas are angry at the moment. They are raging. They're frothing at the mouth.
They mad.
Double ops again. Forest, Makalele. It's almost like a Swedish god of war in his
I think it's
profile.
the lead character from Vikings, actually. I think. I'm trying to remember what the name. I was trying to think of what the name was earlier. Oh, my goodness.
War of attrition here. Forest in a good position to bring the numbers back into the favour of the Swedish side here. Freiberg almost caught with a Molotov in his hand, but manages to get the right angle to throw that in there without getting taken out by the CT in the vent. It's going to be some damage put in there by Uzi. Going to take some damage himself. That nade not going to kill him. Just going to do like 1 HP. He's on 30 now. Freiberg cleaning house. Uzi last man standing versus 3. See if he can get any more kills here with this P250. Plain old P250. He is a million miles away from the B-bomb site at the moment, but he could potentially save a rifle here if he can find one. You can see the terrorists not planting the bomb yet. They want to find this CT if they can, because they know he's going to be looking to save a weapon in this situation. Let's have a quick look at the money for the terrorist side. I mean, if he could do some damage here, it would actually be quite harmful to the economy of the terrors as well. So various options. You can see Forrest just keeping an eye on that AK you can see in the middle of your screen. He's going to get the frag there with his fabled pistols. And NiP take a 7-round lead.
Certainly going to be hard to come back from. That is for certain. But it's not as if NiP have a ridiculous bank at the moment. So maybe Epsilon, if they can string a couple in a row, they can find an eco for an easier one. But either way, it's first things first. Got the spread across the width of the map here from NiP, trying to get govern control over all the positions that they can exist, defending A main pretty effectively there. FXio going to make a trade, trying to spin it around. Michael gets him. There's one more, of course, at Forklift, and Michael delivers. That's going to be an open A bomb side. That's going to be an almost completely totaled Epsilon side with just Scream there standing with that M4. You can see the almost robotic aim there, scanning for those heads, able to pick off Michael very quickly, but Scream has yet a ways to go with 3 players remaining on the NiP side. So here we are now. Scream just keeping himself alive.
Epsilon in that round, or like a bag of junk that got put into a trash compactor. They just got absolutely raised.
Compounded.
Scream, the last man for his team here. Let's look at the CT lack of economy.
James, I don't agree with what you said. You said they're like, it's like they're trash going into a trash compactor. Then you said it got raised, but it's supposed to be squished, compounded. I don't understand.
No, they weren't all together. There were 2 different things happening here.
Okay, I don't understand.
One was a bag of junk,
yeah,
and the other was like a small village. And these people
What?
came in. They burned.
I
down.
didn't hear about any villages.
They took their women and children. They burned down their huts.
Yeah.
They stole their food. I don't know what else that would be terrible, but that was a.
That is very Viking-ish.
That was a strong round for Ninjas in Pyjamas.
Very Viking-esque.
The guy he's got a strong beard.
Oh, God, it's so annoying. I can't remember what his name is. It's so annoying. Anyways, Freiburg finding a lot of damage there onto GMX. Almost, you see, the majority of his blood on the wall now. Displaced from his innards. So Scream able to find a quick kill onto Existence. They try to take over Vent Room quite quickly. And they go now through the smoke. As NiP try to take this bomb site down. But Epsilon have a pretty decent setup on this. Scream in the back still. That's another frag for him as FXio causes a bit of a distraction over on middle. So they're cutting off the split here. Now it's just Get Right left in B storage alone as Epsilon hold on to middle. They hold on to the B. They hold on to the vent room. And Get Right, all he's got is a lousy B storage.
Do you think NiP realized that Epsilon only had the rifle that was saved from the previous round? Because if they realized that, do you, as NiP, push the only rifle you know is alive, or do you try and avoid him?
I think if you already have the position for the push, I think you should just go for it. Because otherwise, the effort to rotate and mess around, it's just it gives Epsilon more time to get ready for whatever you're doing.
So Get Right knows where the trade frag's coming from, and he smokes off their position, takes down Scream. He's gonna just quickly admire his knife. And that's going to be a sand cube.
Wow.
You can't walk through the smoke because he can see you before you can see anything. And that is a free round for Get Right.
Yeah, you know what happened? I think when he heard the wooden footstep, he actually thought Get Right was moving up the ramp into the middle of the site, and that it wasn't, that he was jumping up on top of Headshot. And I think that's why he went through at that point, because he misinterpreted it, where on the wood Get Right was. I think that's the reason. Because if he was going in the middle, then he would have appeared on Headshot and it would have been fine, I think. So that's a nice pop flash, self-pop flash for Get Right there. As you've got to be wary of these angles that the CTs like to hold. The smoke there as well. That's a great pick from Get Right.
Pop flashed him twice as well. That was brilliant.
Yeah, I mean, now he can almost actually push in by himself here, because he's got a beat on how to play checkers. So the second player coming now onto the angle. Flash into Get Right, largely ineffectual. And Get Right causing so much trouble just by himself here. The rest of his team yet to really do all that much in this round, have much of an impact, but Get Right still providing a threat, a level of threat towards that B bomb site. And now we got the push on middle, we got the push on the A bomb site. Forest with the pick, with the orb, close range on white box, able to take over short. In comes the Ninjas up onto the A bomb site, and Get Right holding it down in B storage still. This is a great round from NiP and a great round from Get Right, absolutely. So
now, question is, can FXio do what World Edit did earlier on, and Ace, when he is up against it, with everyone trying to hunt him down, he's got one frag, there's a second one. See if he can find a third. See NiP holding angles now, goes for the peek with the knife, but Makelele is waiting and ready. Last round of the first half, as it says there in big, bold, capital letters. It's going to be a force buy, of course, from Epsilon. 5 FAMASes, not often you see that on the CT side. Ninjas in Pyjamas, 12 from a possible 14 rounds on the less favoured side. This is insanity. Forest now, top fragging. Get Right, Makelele close behind him.
French guns for French players.
Indeed. If you go to Garden Nord in Paris, you'll see that the army chaps do carry the FAMAS. As Dan said, it is a French-made gun. Find out more on Wikipedia.
Wicked party, yeah.
Okay, so Makelele possibly, is he going to go for some happy style reverse wall bangs?
Get right up to his usual shenanigans there in B storage, but look at this, NiP trying to bait out the desperation that they can smell it in the air from Epsilon. They want to be ready for that.
Still double ops on the Swedish side. Makelele though, taking a chunk of damage, but Get Right's going to take down GMX in the meantime. No helmets on this Epsilon side. They are up against AKs and AWPs, so it doesn't matter. 43 seconds left for the Pyjamas. Forest thinning the numbers here for Epsilon. Only Biggie remains. This is a veritable disaster for the French side. They have 2 rounds from a possible 15, so I don't know what happened between this round, this match, and the last, but I mean...
One thing I got to talk about, which is great, is that the way that Get Right was playing, so there's a lot of stuff going on there. So we saw lots of very cool grenades from Get Right. Self-pop flashes, like with self-smokes, so that he could cut off the AWPing angle, and just basically get himself onto an angle on checkers, not for free because he uses grenades, but without losing his life. And in doing so, he provides presence for his team on checkers. If they don't stop him from getting there, then that gives them big B options. So they have to challenge him, but he won every one-on-one, so that's a problem. But we're into the pistol round now, and looks like an aggressive potential push on A main here from NiP. Forest.
Oh no.
With the insta-kill onto FXio. That's the bomb spotted. You can already see the rotation coming in from NiP.
Look at these jabs. He's just jabbing them with the pistol.
Yeah, Forest is an amazing pistol player.
He's like Mike Tyson with a gun.
Forest is absolutely phenomenal with this pistol. There's the reload, but Exist comes in for the hand. And we do have Forest now with a fully loaded USP once again. Jumping for the shot, but Exist will finish it off. Excellently done by Forest and Exist on A main. And that's 14-2. And it really seems like we're going to be going to map 3 between these two teams.
Yeah, Forest with the fly swat just took out Epsilon in that round. No losses at all for the Swedish side. And this is a fantastic showing following the difficulty they had in their previous map. Not over yet, but the end is definitely nigh. Makelele again with that favoured Bison. See where he's going to go with it. Just facing the wall for a second there in case flashes came in to take mid, but got to be an A push. 4 through main and 1 in the door. And it begins.
Does indeed. It is a slaughter. Epsilon having their blood spilled all over by the Swedish side. The Vikings able to quite easily handle that push, and now it's match point for them. Map point for them.
Difficult times for Epsilon. After such a brilliant first game, how do they keep their resolve going into map 3 here?
Well, you know what, like, the thing is that they won a map against NiP, and they did it in a very strong way. This is, okay, I guess a bit of a shift in momentum, making NiP feel a little bit better. But I still feel like Epsilon are going to have a cracking third map.
What is the third map?
Well, it's a surprise, James. Not allowed to know until it happens. That's what I'm going to do.
What about the viewers?
It's a surprise. You can't just give away everything all the time. What would life be like without surprises?
Surpriseless.
Priceless. That's the first time I've ever heard someone say that word. But it looks like NiP are about to have a victory here. And it's very, very interesting indeed to see Epsilon still playing so well on that Inferno game. Like, the thing